Hi, I'm Amy, Master Herbalist and Certified Naturopath, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that affects a lot of people. It's depression. It is said that most everyone will experience some form of depression during some time of their life. So we want to be able to know how to handle it in whatever capacity we have it. We might have it severe, we might have it mild, but for most of us, we're going to experience some level of depression in our lifetime. So there is a right way, there is a wrong way to handle it. The wrong way would be sort of like running from it, maybe going into something that will become addictive, like even drugs, treating it with drugs, that just suppresses the depressed condition and it doesn't alleviate the problem. We're going to, abusive issues, addiction issues, whether it's alcohol or something else to make us feel better. So we want to be able to know how to handle difficult things in our life. And that's what I want to talk about today from nutritional herbal aspect. First of all, when we think of depression, we want to realize how it's affecting our body. So when we go through a difficult time, it can affect the different organs in our body. Now, one of the glands that gets affected is the thyroid. The thyroid, most of our organs do have a corresponding emotion that's attached to it. So the emotion for the thyroid is mainly grief. So when we have a loss, when a loved one dies, or when we go through a hard time, whether it's job related or family related, we're going to grieve, where the thyroid then gets affected. And often when a person is experiencing some level of depression, they have a thyroid problem as well. In fact, when you have a thyroid problem, you are going to, for the most part, become depressed. So you want to deal with that. We have this herbal thyroid. This sort of jumpstarts the thyroid. And then we also have a thyroid maintenance. The other gland that is really affected is the adrenal. And so the adrenal gland needs to be addressed to make sure that it is strengthened and nourished so that it can handle whatever you're going through. It is the stress gland, so we want to make sure that it's being cared for and not that it's overwhelmed with what you're going through. Another matter that you want to consider is the bowels. Whenever there's stagnation, then you can have problems. So constipation itself can bring about different problems in the body, even bringing the body into a depressed state. So we've got this quick colon. This one helps to just get things moving. We have another one called lower bowel. That one's great as well. Move It is another one that people have found that they like, and it really moves things along. So you want to cover that base as well. So then moving on to the actual depression itself, the one herb that I refer to as God's antidepressant is St. John's wort. So this is a big one for any kind of condition where you feel depressed and sad, and it just alleviates it. It doesn't take it away. It alleviates and it helps your body to cope better. It's excellent. I used this for, I think it was maybe 5 years after we went through a grief where one of our sons died when he was still real young. And this helped a lot get me through that time without having to go on, medication. So you want to use St. John's wort. The other one that can help is this Mind Trac. This helps the brain. It brings nourishment and healing to the brain. This can help like for if you're having trouble sleeping. Sometimes this will help. This also is used for if you're on an antidepressant. You can wean off of that and then go on to this to take the place. Okay, so there are a few herbal helps for depression. You can do other things as well. There's emotional freedom technique, emotional stress release. We do both of those here. And then there's other forms of help called brain spotting, and so forth. So there are helps for you. And as you go through it, the good thing that I found to do is to give thanks. Actually, when we give thanks, it changes the chemistry in the brain. So when you do feel like depressed, you can just go through and count your blessings. You know, there are good things. Like when we went through the time when our child died, what I did was, because I knew that that was something we needed to do, I couldn't actually be thankful for my child dying, my baby, you know, of course not. But there were things that I could be thankful for. So we did go on walks a lot, and that helped. So I thanked God that it was during a time when it was good weather, you know, instead of it being in the middle of December and we couldn't go outside, you know, the dark months are more depressing. So I was thankful for the weather. I was thankful for whatever, you know, we were able to have him home after he was born for a good while without knowing that he had problems. So I was thankful for that. And it was only like 10 days that he was in the hospital before he passed away. And so I was thankful for that. So in the midst of a difficult time, you want to look for things that you can honestly give thanks for. And there are things, we just need to look. So just doing that will actually change the chemistry in the brain and help. You can try it and see what you find. You know, challenge yourself that you're gonna maybe go for a walk, and while you're walking, you just give thanks for things and do 20, maybe 30, 50. One time as a family, we did 100, and it sure changed our mood. So I encourage you to try to practice that as well. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and come visit our shop. Take care. Bye.